Hello, my name is Keelan Anders. I'm going to be your nurse for today. I'm going to be inserting an IV and then discontinuing an IV. So first things first, we want to go ahead and wash our hands, do hand hygiene. And then we want to go ahead and put on our gloves. And for today's procedure, we just have a young man going in for surgery, so we're going to use an 18 gauge needle, nothing too big or too small. He's not very frail, so I think we can get by with an 18 gauge. And I do have my J-tube already flushed and primed and all that so that it's ready to just be connected. So first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and tie the tourniquet. And I am checking for a distal pulse to make sure that it's not on too tight. I do feel that, so that's good. And I did find a really good vein, so we're gonna go ahead and use that one. First things first, we're gonna go ahead and clean that site for 30 seconds, circular motions with iodine. Great. Now I'm going to take the needle cap off. I'm going to go ahead and anchor the vein, insert the needle. All right, and I'm going to kind of hold on to that like catheter in there so it's staying in there, and I'm going to press the safety on the needle. Perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and sharps the needle. Still holding on to the catheter inside so that it's not moving. I'm going to pop the tourniquet so we don't hurt the patient. And right now I'm going to go ahead and hook up our J-tube. Still holding on to the catheter. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and aspirate while we're in there just to make sure that there's blood return. And I do see blood. So I'm going to go ahead and press, and we're going to flush this tube, but it is already primed and everything. So we're flushing. Perfect. Still holding on to that catheter. I'm discontinuing or taking off this flush. Sorry. Taking the flush off of the J-tube. Sorry about that. All right. So we're going to go ahead and put tape down on this catheter to make sure that it's just going to stay intact now. And I do want to take off all the excess tape that's on there. And I did go ahead and write the initials, date, gauge, and time that this was put on so that the person will know when it's time to change it. Perfect. And I also have an extra piece of tape because I want to tape the J-tube so that it's not in the way of things. All right. Perfect. So everything looks intact. I think everything is great. So I'm going to go ahead and discard everything. I put the needle in the sharps. Everything else we'll discard of. The tourniquet's off. And I'm going to go ahead and take off my gloves. Throw those in the trash. All right. And now we're going to discontinue the vein. So first things first, we need to wash our hands, do hand hygiene, re-put on our gloves. So I'm just taking the tape off of the J-tube for now. Got that off. Now I want to hold the catheter in place because we still don't want to just rip it out of the patient. So I'm going to hold the catheter while I take the tape off. Okay, so we're still holding on to it, and I'm going to put gauze right there, right where the insertion site is. And I'm going to go ahead and take the catheter out. And I'm still holding the gauze there for about 30 seconds to make sure that they're not bleeding or anything like that. And while I'm doing that, I'm checking the catheter for intactness just to make sure that none of the pieces are left in the body or anything like that. So everything looks intact. Great. So I'm going to go ahead and discard of everything. There's no more bleeding. It looks good there. Perfect. So I think we are done. I'm gonna go ahead and remove my gloves and do hand hygiene one more time. And that is it.